what that is, what it do, but you know I had to double down on y'all with this one right here, right? Look. I had to triple down on y'all with this one right here. All right, look. I see people playing the fence, right? They don't want to say Gunna's a rat or whatever, where they don't want to believe it. Well, let's just leave the word rat out of it for a little minute. And let me explain to y'all how he made Youngthug and the rest of YSL case bad as hell. He left him in a rock and a hard place. He left him with really nowhere to go but to take a deal too. And it ain't gonna be as sweet as his. All right, check it out. Look, in the first part, right, of his agreement of the deal he took is that he had to tell and say that YSL is a gang, right? Even though that the top fight of their case is to not be labeled as a gang, a criminal street organization, right? And just the record label, that's it, that's all, right? All right, so for Gunna saying that he admits that YSL is a gang and he wants the gang to end, and he admit that he has knowledge of people a part of the gang doing crime. Right? Since he said that, that just throws away Thugs and the whole Youngthug and the whole YSL team. I'm just gonna say team right now. Even though Gunna already confirmed that they're a gang, I ain't gonna confirm they're a gang. The whole YSL team, right? Now has to prove that they didn't do any crimes for this gang. Because that's what the RICO is for. The RICO is, even though everybody has their own hustles and own ways of doing things, it's all to benefit this one gang. That makes it a RICO act, right? Okay. After that, one of Thug's biggest, other than murder and conspiracy to commit murder, right? Guns and drugs is one of the other biggest things on Thug's charges. So for him, Gunna, to say he was in a car with Thug, and in that car was drugs and a gun, but it wasn't his, it wasn't Gunna's, leaves it up for them to say, okay, it was Thug's. Now, fuck leaving it up. He admits that it's Thug's, right? Then the court video drops. And the court video shows him cooperating with every statement that he gave him. YSL's a gang. He has knowledge of them committing criminal activity, criminal acts. And that Youngthug was in possession of drugs and a firearm while they were together. And Gunna had one charge, but his placement in the gang was Thug's, Gunna's. Second in command. It was Thug, Gunna, who run YSL, right? So I don't understand how You don't, I don't understand how people don't understand how he jeopardized the freedom and the potential freedom of Youngthug and the rest of YSL. Congratulations to them dudes for getting the cell phone evidence thrown out. That was this big. It was kind of big. It was kind of big. That was this big. And something this big that Thug got going on. He got 27 other people that they're trying to say that they have arrested, that they're trying to say he has control of. And maybe more. Right? One of those guys that they said had the second in command of the control was Gunna. Their whole fight in the beginning was that YSL is not a gang. Even though some of the guys that signed to YSL, involved in the rap label YSL, have done criminal activity on their own. That's not really that hard to prove when it's 28 people involved. But when you have people cooperating, that's a part. Forget all the people that's telling that. That's really hearsay. Well, it would have been hearsay if the second in command would have never took that deal. Now everything that those witnesses say coincide with what the second in command said, which was Gunna. So now when the witnesses say, yeah, YSL's a gang, that goes back to Gunna saying, the second in command saying, yeah, well, I gave up lying, saying that it wasn't a gang. YSL is a gang, is a gang. So if they got a witness that says they seen somebody committing a criminal act that goes along with what Gunna said, yes, people in YSL, I have knowledge that members of YSL committed criminal activity. The DA got everything they needed to close this case. Now, all we seeing with these court hearings now are motions to get thrown out. When we just watched the court hearing yesterday and they had motions to dismiss the RICO, judge threw that motion out. They have to go to trial. So when they go to trial, it's not hard to prove that they're a gang and that they commit crimes to better the gang or to make the gang more, to give the gang more buzz, right? So we don't gotta call Gunna. You don't gotta call Gunna a snitch. He to me he's one of the biggest. Told on his mans he was involved in everything, rapping with him, getting high with him. Gunna pop perks, sip syrup too. So he rap about. So we always see him with the cup and the syrup and he always drowsy talking. I believe he pop perks and drink syrup. Maybe pop Adderalls too to stay up and rap in the booth. Probably do all at once to catch a speedball effect and be extra high. So that means you was on or going to participate in taking those drugs that was caught in the car with you and Thug if y'all wasn't pulled over. So let me know in the comment section what y'all think about this, man. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Let me know if y'all think Gunna was right or was he wrong? Let me know in the comment sections, man. Solid souls, man.